Last year, Ping shocked us all with what I think was the best driver of 2025, the Ping G440 range of drivers. This year we have Ping's brand new offering for 2026, the Ping G440. Now Ping have done this before and I was really upset with Ping for doing this because I think if you bought a Ping G430 and then this came out, you would have been absolutely raging. This was of course the Ping G430 10K Max. Now we'll talk about that driver a little bit later on in this video because today we're talking about this, which is the brand new Ping G440K. So we've ditched the 10K Max name. I've actually tested this quite a lot already, so you can see it's a little bit battle worn, but I really want to be mad at Ping. I really want to be upset. I want to be like, wow, how can you do this to people? But the actual fact is that this could be the best driver of 2026 and maybe the best we've ever tested. So we're going to put it through its paces today here at a gorgeous Lindrick Golf Club. We'll of course test it against last year's, which was still current G430 10K Max, which is a little bit confusing for people, I think, but we'll see just how good this is. You can see straight away on the bottom, we have that lovely carbon sole on there. So Ping have improved where they can improve to make this a kind of low spin beast, but also the most forgiving driver in their setup. We have a heavier movable weight on the back here, so it's Ping's most forgiving movable weighted driver ever. And we'll talk more tech as we get inside in the locker room because we'll have a bit of a coffee, Bob, and just talk through it a little bit. But head shape and size, I think this, it looks big, it does look big, but I think we'll hit it before we start talking about people's size, Bob, because it's size doesn't matter, does it? Big is beautiful. That's what my mum keeps telling me anyway. Right, can we hit some decent shots with this driver? Straight away, a nice easy launching drive. You can see that's gone nice and high just down the right hand side. That was actually a little bit toey, and for me, I'll be interested to see just how far that's gone down this fairway. We'll hit a couple more and we'll talk some numbers for these because I want to see, first of all, is this like the best all-round driver? Because I remember when the G430 10K Max was released and Peter Finch said if he could marry a driver, he'd marry this. You can see we don't have the movable weight in there. That was a fixed weight, so I'd feel like this is where Ping have worked with that discretionary weight to make it maybe more forgiving. I've been on the range with this already and it was good. It felt really good. I felt like I could shape shots if I wanted to. I could flight it down. That first shot I've hit here was a bit high. That is probably the best drive I've hit all year. That's outrageous. That's hit the little slither of narrow fairway down there. It's spinning at 2.8. It's a 108 club, 155 ball, and a 275 total. So guys, just a really quick one. As a lot of you may have seen, I've been using the brand new full swing kit for my numbers in the videos in 2026. I've been trusting it for testing. I've been using it to help enhance my game and I've been absolutely loving it so far. I love the portability. I love the ease of use. I love that it can go in my golf bag because I honestly think I've massively upgraded my numbers with this full swing kit. Straight away, we're starting to warm up with this, starting to see good shots, starting to see 2.8 spin for a driver that claims to have so much inertia and so much forgiveness is not a bad attempt. I'd like to try and get that spin down maybe 2.4, 2.5. You can see how high it's launching though. I've got this driver in 9 degrees, so I think any more and it would be launching a bit high for me, but I'm always between a 9 and a 10, and I feel like the fact I can have this in a 9, you can see the two different strike locations with those horrible white tees. I hate a white painted tee, Bob. Hate it. Can we beat 270 on the opening hole? That's the one that puts a smile on your face. That one felt outrageously good. Still spinning at 2.7, 158 ball speed, 270 total. Let's get down there. See how consistent they are. I want to see how consistent those last two were, which felt like much better swings to the first one, which I'll be honest, felt bang average. But that's why this driver might be fantastic, because if you can hit bang average and it be as good as super duper, I've never said that. Woo! Okay, so the first shot, like we said, was bang average. That's on the right hand side near the 150 marker. I'm getting away with it, it's okay. The second shot did take that little kind of slipstream, and that's in the narrow bit of fairway. That for me is the perfect drive. Very rarely do I get this far down this hole and hit the fairway, and the third and final shot To be honest, I think it's just taking a bit of a bad bounce. I feel like that's another good shot. I'm quite happy with it. I wouldn't be happy with the lie, but that's golf. Sometimes you don't get the lie. Let's hit some more. Let's see what kind of distance we can squeeze out of this. But I'm more interested to see not only how far can I hit it, but how well can it go when I put a bad swing on it? Because that's what we're after essentially, Bob, isn't it? Okay, so one of the things I loved about the G440 10K Max was not only the forgiveness, but the ability to flight the ball down, get a bit of low spin and get nice long drives no matter where you hit it sporadically on the face. One of the things I actually like about this is they've done away with the indents on the crown. So look at that crown, it's a nice kind of carbon top. We don't have this, which I only noticed a couple of moments ago, that kind of ridgeback technology, or the Dragonfly. I always call it Dragonfly, but it's not Dragonfly, Bob. What is it? What? Dragonfly effect. Butterfly effect. That's the film with Ashton Kutcher, isn't it? That's the one. I always know I get it wrong. Right, let's see how far we can wind this up. We're into the wind a bit, so we want to flight it down. We've walked to the other side of the golf course to get this orientation, Bob, haven't we? So hopefully this works well for us. Is that dog walker in danger? I've seen you looking at him. No. Do you believe? Like, as a shot, I'm not looking at the numbers yet, that's perfect. It's a little, it could be a touch high. The spin might be around 3,000, but I've struck it there. It's exactly what I want. Club speed was down there actually. The spin was good. Spin's 2.4, 265 total. That, I feel like we could have had more. But as a ball flight and as a strike, really happy. Can't complain with it at all. Held its line nicely, didn't deviate in the air. 272, so you can see we're picking up speed a little bit there. That spin will hopefully be in the 3,000. So where I thought that spun lower, it's actually, I think that might be, that might well be a misread, which is a shame because it was a really, really nice shot. Just walking the dog straight over, Bob. That's like pulling out of a junction, not even looking, isn't it? Red sauce or brown nuts, aren't they? So as 3 shots go, that's 3 of the best for me, it really is. They're all going to be bang next to each other. They're all pretty good drives, pretty good shots, and we can see on the numbers here, it's a 273, so we've had a couple over 270 there. I do think the middle one was a misread. Again, pretty high spin. Club speed good, ball speed good, and a total of 273. So as you can see just how close together these 3 drives really are as well. So one of the key things that I really want to get into this video is just how, first of all, this country is hideous at this time of year, but also how consistent this G440K driver can be. Ooh. So far, quite impressed with it. I mean, I remember being impressed with the G430 10K Max, which came out. The annoyance here is, if you've got the Ping G440 Max, are you pissed off that this has now come out? Should they come out as a trilogy at once? So the LS, the Max, and of course this K version, which is newly named. Because if you want to have it in a fade setting or a draw setting and you still want that kind of total inertia, it could be the one that you think maybe got away a little bit, but let's see, some wind to the wind here, so try and launch it that bit lower, get that spin down into the mid 2000s and see what we can generate. That felt fantastic. It has launched high, it's faded a bit on the wind. It was the best swing I feel like I've put on it. I would imagine that spun quite high. It has, it's spun at 3.3, 107 club, nearly 160 ball, 278 total. The fact we've got nearly a 280 total with a 3.3 spin shows what this driver's capable of. My worry is I do feel like with the G430 I could flight it down. Have Ping done something to this where, yeah, they make it more forgiving, but maybe you lose that low spin element if you want it. We're going to test that on the next tee, so don't go anywhere if you want to see the comparison. It sounds fantastic, which for a Ping driver, I think is a real bonus. That's the best drive I've hit in ages. Said that on the last tee, that's launched exactly how I wanted it to. It's very similar numbers. It's still a 2.9 spin though. Going to be a similar carry, 278. Very, 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 very similar. Very similar. I am a bit worried there that has to have spun lower. And that is a bit of a concern. Let's go one more. The beautiful thing is, again, we've hit an average shot and we've hit a good shot, so we can get up there, we can see the differences where the ball's finished. It's nice to see the numbers, it's nicer to see where the ball has finished. I'm not sure if I've got a better one than that on this hole, to be honest. I hate this hole for driving on as well. It's really narrow. Again, that's a carbon copy of the first shot. That a little bit high out the face. Spin rate's going to be up. It's going to be okay. It's going to be in play. Again, 2.8 spin on that one there. So let's get up there. Let's see exactly what do you reckon that's finished total, Bob? Because the ball speed's dropped dramatically there off that toe strike. It's still 270 though. So they should be all relatively close to each other. The final one just maybe 10 yards back. Let's have a look and find out. Okay, so welcome back to Locker Room Tech Talk, and we're going to talk tech about the brand new Ping G440K driver, because I think this could be one of Ping's best yet. I am a little bit disappointed it's taken them yet another year to add to the G440 range, but when we look at the tech differences between the G440K and of course last year's G430 10K model, you can see very, very similar. However, we do have much more carbon on the sole, so that's going to allow Ping to move discretionary weight wherever they want to. It's also allowed them to have this adjustability weight at the back. So a big heavy tungsten weight, we can put it in draw, we can put it in fade, and that dual carbon fly wrap has really kind of allowed Ping to move on to the next generation of adjustability and fitting in their 10K driver model. I think it's a nice little move up from the G430 10K. I do wish, however, Ping would have just kind of had the G440 range as a whole last year. Let's see how many people move out of a G440 LS or out of a G440 Max into the K, or let's see how many people move out of a Ping G430 10K to have that movable weight in the back, as you can see there, with the slight differences. Now you may think this is a problem, but I think this is a positive, because this was the final shot we hit, that was the first shot we hit, and the real good one where I said, insert now Bob, that's the best drive I've hit in ages. That's the best drive I've hit in ages. He's 5 yards further up. I mean, it's taken a kick and it's in the rough. I did think it'd be in the fairway, but realistically, I think this is showing how forgiving this driver can be, not just with numbers and spin rates and things like that, but real world gains. If I hit a shot that is, I think, bang average and it finishes here, first of all, we've gotten away with it because we'd have a shot to the flag, but also we've not given up too much distance, which is always nice. Now, the elephant in the room, how does it compare to this? Let's have a look and find out. Right, let's see if this 440K, you know what I don't like about it? It's called the K. Do you remember the Ping K15? Yeah. Chris will remember that. Do you remember the Ping K15? But why, so why have they called this the K? Because for me that brings back awful memories of that, but we'll go with it. We'll set this up and we'll see just how good or bad this could be. Yeah, do we set it with this first? Set the scene? Set the scene. Is that far back enough? Still getting used to this. We'll go with that. So again, it's a good hit, but again, you can see how high that has launched. It's really good club head speed. Ball speed's around a 155. It's not too bad. Spinning again really high at 344. So that's going to be again another 275 total. So the consistency factor of this 440K, very, very good. I'd tell you I can't hit it better than that. It felt like a good swing. It felt like I could get some distance out of that, but I feel limited at that kind of 275 number. We'll try and flight it down a little bit and see if we can knock that spin down just a touch. Really good hit again, a little bit lower. I've pulled it slightly. Club head speed 106, ball speed again in the 155s. The spin's come down to 2.3. Carry's dropped actually, but it's a 277 total, so a little bit more, squeezing a touch more out with that. Now, the cat could well be amongst the pigeons, because I love the look of this. What Ping have done aesthetically with this, by allowing that carbon sole, by allowing to have that movable weight, is fantastic. But could you save yourself a fortune and just, that looks so ugly now compared, doesn't it? That looks hideous now compared to it. We have still the carbon fly wrap on the sides. We have still that carbon fly wrap on top. What can we have here? Let them go. We don't want to be sending one straight through the windscreen. Unpopular opinion, I actually quite like the look of this, you know, looking down at it. Same loft, exactly the same loft. Same shaft, slightly older head. Really good strike, again high launching, cutting a little bit but not the end of the world that one. Totally different sound. Bob mentioned earlier that he really enjoyed the sound of the 440. That sounded a little bit tinnier, a little bit higher pitch. Again high spin, it's a high spin head. We've got really good ball speed there though at 158, 268, so that is down. That's down 9 yards, Bob, isn't it? Let's go one more and let's see, because if that is the big difference, I'll tell you what, we're running out of balls here, Bob. We'll have to get one of these bad boys out. If that's the difference, then this Ping G440 could well be money fantastically well spent if you're wanting to generate that little bit more from your numbers. Very consistent, again high launch, and we know that's going to be a high spin with the ball flight. So all of a sudden, me looking at that G440, I think it is a little bit more versatile. We can flight it down a little bit more, but look at that, Bob, that's the highest carry we've had in the 260s, still spinning at 3,000, 281. Guys, get in the comments below, where would you be spending your money in 2026? Would you go for the brand new Ping G440K, or would you stick with the G430 10K max? Guys, thanks for watching. See you all at the same time tomorrow. If you enjoyed it, remember to subscribe. Goodbye.